Greetings, good afternoon. Yeah, I'm on my way back from meeting up with one of my BFS, which was lovely. So yes, this video is called There Is a Difference. And I know with this topic that they've, through my own experience, they've got me to speak about it today. There is a difference. And I first have to say that the disclaimer is, I am not, the topic that I'm talking about is, I don't have the answers to everything. Trust me, I don't. Yet, I trust what Spirit gives to me. I trust what my ancestors give to me, and I trust the guidance they give. And let me put it this way. There is a difference when it goes to going to your ancestors and wanting to deal with juju, okay? And they really wanted me to make this clear because a lot of people are coming into the spirituality, and I'm not just talking about Ifa on the Orishas, I'm talking about any type of spirituality. There's people that are learning about it, and the first thing they want to know is, how do you do a spell, or how do you do this, or how can I do this ritual to get this person to do this, or how can I get to do that, right? And so, like I said, through my own experience, they wanted me to speak from personal experience, two, from understanding they've given me. So, from personal experience, you can't stop when somebody wants to send juju at you. You can't stop people from doing negative stuff. You can't, it's impossible. All you can do is basically, like Awo has always said to me, the best form of attack is defense. You go for ritual, you go for divination, you ask this, you say, this is what's going on, what do I need to do? Then the prescription is given to you, and then voila, you take care of it, you do Eba. So now, people coming into this tradition are not understanding that when you do rituals or anything to do somebody else that is innocent, you are setting yourself up. Whether you understand that the way it's coming back to you or not, you're setting yourself up, okay? Because the thing that they want me to understand right now, okay, what's going on in the world, and this is the reason why they wanted all spiritualities to come together, because the ancestor realm, they know exactly what needs to be done in order to take care of the issues that we're facing, okay? So when you go for divination and you tell the divinities, whatever spirituality you're into right now, like I said, and you tell them the problems or the issues that are happening, yes, and then through that divination, you're given a specific Eba or sacrifice that you need to do. Now, you've told them that these enemies, these things are happening, and how do you handle that? How do you deal with that in a way to stop the problems that's going on, right? So they tell you the Eba to do. Now you do this Eba. Now, somehow, some way, some happen, these people, or the situation, people drop down dead or fall down and calamity happens to them, okay? Now remember, you went to the divinities to ask them, what do you do about this particular problem? Now we also know when it comes to Odu or whatever spirituality you're dealing with, they're always talking about enemies. They talk about Ajogun or negative spirits or negative energy or negative people. So when you go to the ancestors or you go to the divination and ask for how do you combat certain situations, and they give you a prescription to do, and you do it, and then calamity befalls those people or that situation, that's not on your hands. Meaning that you went to a higher power to deal with the situation at hand, and they dealt with it. They dealt with it the way that they saw fit. Because remember, spiritual realm, they see all what we can't see. They see around the corners. They see all the ins and outs and all the drums that are going on. But then you get the other side of things where you got Petty Betty, I should say Petty Betty, or those people that are egotistical, that want to feel that they're, through their knowledge of ritual or spiritual things, that they have the power to send something at you to try and destroy your life purposely, knowing what they're doing, okay? There's two different things. When you asking for the spirits to stop negativity coming at you, like what's going on in the world today. Remember, I said to you, the ancestors wanted to come together because they got the answer. They got the answer of how to deal with this stuff that we're dealing with in this world. They have the answer completely. That we don't have to, basically, so to speak, get our hands dirty, because they're going to make it happen. You know what I mean? But then, like I said, it's the same energy that you have with priests on any type of spirituality that are, how do I want to put it, are very egotistical, want to show their powers by destroying people. It's the same mentality as, you know, when you have people that are in the gangs and stuff like that. When they want to show people to fear them, they do things to make people fear them, whether it means taking people out or whether it means beating people up or shooting people, whatever the case may be. They're going to show a collective of people, don't mess with me because this is how I'm gonna handle you. So they keep their self in a space of self in a space of authority and power. So they wanted you to understand that the folks that do that type of thing, that's their choice. Everybody has a choice. But you have to teach people coming into this spirituality, or whatever spirituality, especially when it's African spirituality, based off when you're dealing with spirits, when you're based off being able to manipulate energies for the greater good or to better your life, you got to let people know that there is a responsibility that comes with that power. And when you abuse it, you will be dealt with. No way. I mean, it may not be the same way as you put it out there, but guaranteed it's coming back. So you have to be mindful of how you deal with that. Like I said, when you go to the divinities and ask them, how do you deal with, like I said, what's going on in the world? They want us to come to them. They want us to utilize their, oh, I gotta put this air on. They want us to utilize their energies or their wisdom to defeat what's going on, to change the world as we know it. They want us to do that. So when you decide that you want your ego, whether it's through jealousy, envy, because this is the things that people are dealing with on a daily to day basis. When you choose to harm another that is innocent because of your ego or because of jealousy and envy, it already has the seed of its own undoing. So trust and believe, whether you feel that it's not coming back to you, time will tell and time will show it. Okay? So anybody who's innocent and is being dealt with a hand that is not their own, you talk to your ancestors, get divination, find out what's going on. And the other reason why I say this is, you know, the terminologies that people use or understand with this spirituality is kind of crazy. I'm sorry, I don't know if anybody's writing anything. As I'm driving, I can't see anyway. I ain't got my glasses on, they're down here, so excuse me. But I appreciate whatever you're saying down there. I just can't see it properly. But somebody had inboxed me and was like, "Hey, I need the woo." I'm like, "What's? I don't understand." In fact, you know, I got English. I said, "I don't understand. I need the woo. Can you get me the woo?" I said, "Look, I don't understand what you're saying. Okay, so I don't understand your lingo, so could you please say it in proper English so I can understand what you're talking about? I need to be rooted." What are you talking about? You need to be rooted. Please, what are you talking about? Black magic. Oh, well, I don't deal with black magic. I deal with Ifa. Yeah, that's what I need. I said, okay, then, so who taught you that the woo or the being rooted is dealing with black magic? And I don't even know what the situation is, but just the terminology or just the things that they were thinking as to why they wanted to get into this is so incorrect. Like I said, there's always a way of getting through something, or like I said, we know that there's negative people in this world and people utilize spiritualities for negative reasons. We understand that, but we also understand that the higher wisdom has a way of dealing with that. And if you go to them and you ask them, how do I remove these enemies from my path? And they say, do this ever, or do this sacrifice, or do this appeasement, blah, 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 blah. And you do so, and those people are dealt with in a way that if you did it, you'd be locked up. Then you know it is the higher divine power that is taking care of it, and you ain't got to worry about it. That's the beauty, and that's the wisdom this spirituality wants everybody to understand from a basic level. There's reasons for things. There's reasons that people do what they do. You know what I mean? When you allow your ego or the jealousy or the envy or all of that stuff to take over your thought process, this is where you have the problems. And this is where that stuff will always come back to you, because you're not operating out of a space of divine information or divine wisdom. You're operating off your lower vibrations of anger, jealousy, envy. When you operate from there, you're guaranteed to allow that energy to come back. It doesn't matter when it does, but you will see it in your lifetime. You will see it. There's no other way to deal with it. So I'm saying to all priests out there, whatever spirituality you're a part, new people coming in, teach them better. I mean, I should say teach them better. Teach them well. Give them the understanding of what they're getting into. Give them the understanding of what this is about. Where you are, some people are trying to conjure up. People conjure up spirits and have no clue what they're dealing with it. And then when stuff starts to happen, they're like, what can we do? What can we do? Y'all conjured it up. Nobody told you to do that stuff, but whatever it is, the ego that you had that thought you could deal with this type of stuff allowed you to do it, and then you gain a space that you can't handle. So again, I understand that there's negativity out there. The people do things just because, they're wicked. They're wicked people. But it doesn't mean you have to follow suit. There is an order to do things, and there's a wisdom as to why they're guiding us. This day and time for our collective ancestors to say we all got to join forces. It doesn't matter what spirituality you're from. We all got to join forces in order to deal with the craziness and the negativity and the wickedness that's going on in our life. We got to come together, but we got to come together with wisdom. And wisdom to understand how they work is not necessarily the same way we do on a physical level. Spirits know far more than what we do. It is our egos and our jealousies and envies that make us think that we're the power. No, it's the power that flows through us in order to do what we need to do. Ooh, what can be seen? Thunder and lightning. Well, lightning. Ooh. But anyway, so yeah, just like that. So to me, that's another sign. I tell you, I like signs. And that was a sign for me. So yes, you got to understand it. And people need to teach these new ones better than what they've been teaching them. Because I'm telling you, if you've got all these new people coming into this spirituality thinking it is about power, how they're able to manipulate or to, just as simple as doing a candle to try and make somebody love them or somebody stay with them. If you've got to do something in order to make somebody stay with you, it's never yours. And you know what? In order for you to keep maintaining that, you're changing somebody's will of their own free will to do what they choose to do. And that's someone that's gonna come back on you. You're not gonna escape that. So just understand that there is laws and there's rules to having this spiritual power. And when you decide to take it upon yourself to harm somebody innocently because of your own ego or your own jealousy or your own envy or your own anger, just know that's coming back. But when you allow the divinities to do that work for you, like I said, we can go out there, see the police brutality, you see the government that's keeping everything in space like it is. What do we do to change this? How do we change this? What can we do in our own space to change what's going on? And they will give you the prescription, they will give you the Odu, they will give you the Ebo that you do in order to change what's happening. And once that happens, when you see the fallout that takes place, you know that they did what they had to do. The how it happens is none of your business, because they deal with that. You came up with the answer, you came up with the question, accept that and keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like I said, be careful of, there's a difference, and that was the reason, that was the message this morning. There is a difference between juju that you're asking for guidance in order to stop the negativity that's going out here, and then taking upon yourself to do it. There's a difference. And when if you don't understand that, you'll get the two mistakenly thinking that power that you have to be able to mess up somebody's life is you're being given that opportunity, you're being given that wisdom to destroy somebody's life, and you think that's okay. Nah, you'll see it again. It may not, and that's the next thing. Don't think that they don't see how, what does it say? Sometimes it doesn't come to you, it comes to those closest to you. So you have to be careful. Everybody has family, everybody has loved ones. Nobody wants to see something happen to their loved one and it's because of the things that you did in your decision making of being egotistical or angry at somebody or jealous or envious that somebody has something that you don't have. Then you take it upon yourself to learn what you need to learn to better your life. That's the only way you go through it. So anyway, that was that message as I'm on my travels. There is a difference. You need to know it and learn it so you don't allow that to like mess you up, okay? Because there's a lot of that going on right now and it's making people think that they're more powerful than they really are, you know? To make people fear you because of the abilities that you have and you purposely doing that, that is not power. That's like a lot of insecurities that you kind of showing, to be quite honest, you know what I mean? That you have to show your power in a certain way. You know, the beautiful thing about the Orishas, you know, one of the things that I remember I was told about Yemoja years ago. Yemoja is, you know, the mother of fish, the mother of many. And there's like, she's so powerful, she doesn't have to show her power. Her power is felt by the energy that she carries and the way she carries herself. Her energy is felt because you know that she is who she is and she will do what she needs to do because you feel it. She doesn't have to tell you who she is, she will show you. And that's some of the energies of the Orisha. But we as people, because of that ego, will want to show people what we can do. Oh, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna do this. And then when you do that, then you wonder why, excuse my language, your shit's fucked. No, let me stop, I'm not gonna do that. When your stuff is messed up, you chose to do that. You chose. And remember, what comes out your mouth, the energy you put out there comes back. So when you choose to do that thing, just remember that's the energy you're bringing back. I'm gonna leave it like that, okay? So remember, like I said, there is a difference and you need to learn the difference. And if you are having a hard time to understand it, go to your priest, whatever spirituality this is, because when you're dealing with spirits, when you're dealing with the spiritual realm, there's always access to it and always ways to access it through the questioning or guidance. So if you don't know, then ask somebody to help you or direct you. But remember, there is a difference, and do not make your own account. That account gets so heavy that when it comes back to you, you don't even know how to deal with it. All right, so I'm gonna leave that alone there, and take care. Much love. I love you all like I love me. I love you all, and you have a blessed rest of your day. Take care. Peace out.